Alright, hello. Today I am gonna do a Kuva Lich, and I'm gonna show the way that I do Kuva Liches to be the most efficient, the one that I found at least to be the most efficient, and the one that I like doing the most that usually gets me a Kuva Lich to level 3 maximum, level 4 if I don't have a null. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how I do it, and then we can go ahead and all get our Kuva and Tenet weapons as fast as possible. So, let's begin right away. I haven't even spawned the Lich yet, so I'm gonna show you that process and take a random weapon completely. So, to start off, if you want a Kuva Lich, you should do the mission Cassini on Saturn. Steel path or non-steel path doesn't matter. And for the Tenet Lich, the Sister of Parvos, I do Hydra on Pluto. These are the two fastest places that I found to be possible for Liches and Sisters of Parvos to spawn. Cassini has a 100% chance in particular, so I always do that. This video will be uncut, but I will have timestamps in the description in the video, so you guys can skip directly to those timestamps if you want to simply see the methods and see like how I do it, what I do actually, and all that good stuff. So, for spawning the Lich, pretty simple. Kill a target. After you kill the target, at some point you're gonna see the lights flickering in the room. This might not happen instantly, but as you move towards attraction, it will happen. Okay, well, the mission changed to an exterminate, so that's good. But it's whatever. I will gladly do the exterminate as well, because I don't think it matters. It would matter if I was trying to spawn a specific weapon, but if you're not trying to spawn a specific weapon, it doesn't matter as much, and I will explain why. So basically, there is a huge pool of weapons that we can get randomly by doing Kuva Liches. So if you want to get a specific weapon, what you need to do is you spawn the Lich, you see the weapon. If it's not the one you want or the one you're chasing, you ignore the Lich, and you have to finish the mission and go to extraction. If you abort the mission, the item still remains in the pool and it can show up again, so you have to, you have to actually finish the mission in order to get it. So now our lights are flickering, so the Lich will spawn. Because this is a video and I just want to show how I'm doing the Liches, I will pick up whatever I get. But ideally, if you want something specific, then obviously you would want to finish this mission even though it's an exterminate, and then just keep going until you get your desired weapon. So, after killing enough enemies after the lights flicker, you will get a mark here that indicates your Kuva Lich. And once you kill the mark, you will be awarded some Kuva, and going over it, you can see the weapon you get. And if you hold F, you can simply spawn the Lich. I spawned a Kuva Seer. It's a weapon I don't have, so I don't mind getting it. The mighty Seer shall prevail. And I've heard good things about the Kuva Seer since it's innate corrosive, if I remember correctly, so I don't really mind getting it. Now, because I spawned the Lich, if I abort this mission, I will get the Lich normally. If I finish the mission, I will also get the Lich normally, but since I don't want to do the rest of the exterminate, I can just abort the mission, and once I'm in the ship, you will see that I have a Kuva Lich. This also means that if you misclick the Kuva Lich and if you didn't want to take it and you abort the mission, it doesn't undo the fact that you took it. Closing the game also doesn't help because it directly updates into your Warframe account and not into your save file, so it will give you the Lich regardless. So, here's a Lich. We have a 33% Kuva Seer. This is below average. The lowest you can get is 25%. The highest you can get is 60%. And you can get random stuff here completely. So resistances can be anything random, immunities can be anything random. Weapon bonus is also random, but recently I heard D has made it so that it rolls towards the higher percentages, although I can't know how true that is or not because I haven't done enough since then. And then the Lich also spawns with some random armor components and random appearances, and it can also spawn an ephemera depending on what type of Warframe you use. For example, with Wisp that I'm using now, this could have spawned with a flame ephemera, which I actually do have to show you, and it looks like this. You basically start having some flames around you, and they can change depending on energy color. They're pretty cool, to be honest. So that's about it, about Lich spawning and all that. Now, when you spawn the Lich for the first time, if you don't have the mods yet, you can get the relics the game gives you already. Go to these missions, the Requiem Fisher missions, whatever you have. You know, if it's non-steel path, it might be something different than survival. We have disruption and mobile defense at the moment. And you just select these and you do the Requiem Eternal Relics, or if you have bought these relics from Iron Wake, you can also use them. But Eternal Relics give you only the mods that you need. But as you can see, I already have all of them, so I don't need to do this process. I can just skip it. And after you do get your mods, you will see that your first planet, Earth, is infected. For Tenet Sisters of Parvos, it will be Venus, then it will go to Phobos, then it will go to Jupiter, then it will go to Neptune, if I remember correctly, and then Pluto. And then for Kuva Liches, you get Earth, Mars, then Ceres, then Saturn, then Sedna, then Kuva Fortress, if I remember correctly. I think that was the Ray. Or it's Ceres, Sedna, and Kuva Fortress. Wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah, Sedna, then Kuva Fortress. No Saturn, no Saturn. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Corpus, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Grenier. Ideally, we will not get past Ceres. This will be the last one we see, but if we do get Sedna, I still have something up my sleeves. Once you do get the Lich, the best missions you can do in order to progress this as fast as possible is to first start with mobile defense missions. Then if the planet has it, in this case Earth doesn't have it, but survival missions are the second best one, then you want to do the exterminates and then everything else. So we'll start with the mobile defense, and we will start just playing the mission normally. I could have made a whole guide about this video, but I think seeing someone play through it directly so you can see what they do exactly and them explaining to you what you actually do is a way better learning experience than actually just watching a guide video that just telling you and doing some fussy edit, like, oh yeah, do this, and you want to like farm it like this and do all that, and you know, etc. But if you're someone in the game and you just show them like all the in-game stuff without actually going through anything and just straight up explaining to the best of your abilities anything and everything that you can, while also showcasing the gameplay of how it works, then I think it's gonna be way better for me. What the? Interesting bug. But yeah, every time now we're on these missions, every time this mark appears, you wanna kill it as quickly as possible and just move on. Also, one thing I want to tell you guys is that before you start a Kuva Lich, I highly advise you to build the Railjack, the Rising Tide quest. It's not actually that difficult. It has been made significantly easier than one players thought it used to be, and you can do it in basically one day. To build your Railjack, it's actually very easy to do, way less grinded than it used to be. And then once you do, you will also want to do the quest that's called Call of the Tempestari. You will have to do this quest anyway if you want to spawn a Sister of Parvos, which is, you know, very important anyways. But I do suggest this because in order to finish the Kuva Lich, you will have to have some Railjack upgrades, which I will go through once we reach that point. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you want to spawn a Kuva Lich, I do suggest you completing some quests before you actually spawn it, because if you don't, then you're gonna be stuck for it, and I don't want that to happen to you. You will be like right there, ready to get your weapon, and then you will be hit with something called rank 5 intrinsics, and you will have no idea what that means. But don't worry, I will get you through it, and you guys should be fine just that way, and we'll have no issues whatsoever. Rank 5 intrinsics is actually pretty fast to get as well, so you shouldn't have many issues with it. So yeah, not to worry too much. I will showcase everything and it's gonna be fine. Maybe you will get some Railjack experience from this as well, from this video. I'm not gonna promise anything, but There will still be some things that I can show you about Railjack that are really good. But yeah, I hope if you guys want me to talk a bit about Railjack, because it's one of my favorite game modes, I can definitely do a video that shows you how to easily farm Railjack intrinsics and what each role of each player should be on the Railjack when they play. I think that could be very interesting. But yeah, other than that, if you guys do enjoy videos like this, if you guys enjoy videos that have to do with like new player stuff or something that advises and helps people that are just starting the game, do hit the like button to let me know, and maybe I can do more videos like this, or you can like let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about something specific that has to do with a new player experience, and I can help you with that. Excuse me. I have played through this game and the new game experience I think 4 times now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 4 times. Once on my PlayStation 4 the very first time I did it, once on my main PC account, which is the one I have now, once on my first Smurf account on PC that I still have, and it's I think January 11 right now, and also one more time on the 7-day challenge, which I actually managed to finish the entirety of Warframe in 7 days. Do every quest. My god, my voice doesn't want to work today, I'm so sorry. I need some water. Okay. Anyway, 7-day challenge was basically finish the game in 7 days, which means I did every single node on every single planet on Steel Path and Normal Path. I did 1 damage cap, and I also finished every single quest, optional and main quest. So that had, and it was before the game gave you a loner necromech, so I had to build my own necromech and farm for it. Had to do a lot of stuff, and yeah. A successful run, one of the best ones I've ever done in this game, especially because I did most of it solo, and I didn't abuse any type of trading, any type of being carried through any mission. There were some people that were basically sniping me to try and help me through relic missions and some other stuff, but most of the game, like 99% of it, I did it pretty much completely solo. So, and free to play, of course. So, even though mobile defense takes the longest and it's one of the worst mission game types in the game, this is something that definitely helps the Kuva Liches the most, and it helps you get the most murmur activity, which if you see now, after 1 mission only, we are already halfway through unlocking our first mod, which is absolutely huge. This means that the Lich will most likely not invade by the time we'll have our first mod completely done. So this is why you start with mobile defense. If you do survival second, then you're almost done with your first mod directly, and then any other mission basically guarantees that you have 1 extra mod. So this is why you do this order. It's just the fastest way of farming murmurs out of all of them. Even though the missions take longer, they give you more murmur spawns and you get way more progression. So really like that. If you're wondering about the weapon that I'm using, this is the Stalta. It's a Mastery Rank 10 weapon that, when having late game modes, can be an absolute powerhouse. In my opinion, this is the hardest hitting weapon in the game and one of the best ones in terms of a daily driver weapon, one weapon that you can equip and have it for the rest of your gameplay. It's not an encounter, meaning you don't have to actually farm an encounter adapter or wait for the specific week to actually get it. And getting it is quite easy. You can get it through the Parvos Random Void sequences, which are fairly easy, and I just show them how to do them after I'm done with the Kuva Liches, so you guys have an idea of how to do that as well, because it's actually very simple, and a lot of people are like really pressed about that mission. They think like it's the hardest thing ever, and they avoid it like the plague, which is why a lot of people don't actually have the Stalta or Protea, and also a lot of people refuse to do Tenet or Sister of Parvos because of that. But I'm gonna help you out in case you want to do a Sister of Parvos. I can show you how you can spawn that too. But I wanted to do a Kuva Lich because it's the more lengthy one and it's the one you unlock first. So a lot of people might spawn their Lich by accident, and then they can come to this video and get some help. And I think that's a good thing to start with this, just simply because If you have done a Kuva Lich, you basically already know the process because Sister of Parvos progress is the exact same as the Kuva Lich progress. The only thing that changes is the way that you spawn the Sister of Parvos. Also, as you can see, by killing these guys can drop me an Eternal Relic, the guys that give me the Mormon percentage. So, the Lich spawns. Right now, the Lich has spawned, but this is the thing. We do not know any of the mods. Since we don't know any of the mods, all we're gonna go is just take him down like this, and when he's on this state for the first time, if you don't know any of your mods, you just let him. And then when he gets up, you just take him down again. Do this 3 times, and the Lich will just leave the mission and be even more mad at you. So, we've taken them down twice, this is the 3rd time. Now, the Lich will leave the mission, say their voice line, and then you can continue about farming your Murmurs farms and figuring out what mod you need to do. As you can see. So now that this has happened, you need to continue until you find your first mod finally, and then we'll get to the strats on how you can maximize and do the best possible scenarios depending on if you have an all, which is the mod that copies every other mod and is basically what you mod to have, or if you don't have an all, which is what I'm gonna use today. So, as you can see, still annoying. We haven't got our first relic yet, so we have to do one more mission. Doing Mariana as well, and then we'll have our first mod that we know what to do with. And that will give us a good baseline on how to start this mission. And start hunting our Lich. All this that we're doing right now is just the preparation sequence, essentially. I think it's this guy that gives me the first one. No, it will be the next. Okay. One thing about Sisters of Parvos is that the dogs give you even more progression than the Murmurs that you get here. Which is kind of confusing that they're called Murmurs, by the way, because Murmur is actually a faction now. But it is what it is, to be honest. And now that will unlock us the first relic, and once we're done with the mission, we can see which mod it is. Not relic. I'm sorry. Getting my words confused. Okay. Well, that's my synthesis target. Let me just quickly do the fun here. Moving on. If the Lich appears again by chance, but I don't think he will because he appeared already once, then same thing, you just ignore him and extract the mission. But I don't think he will do it. I think we will just be fine. It's also guaranteed that your Lich will appear at least once before you know what mod you're working with, so that's why it's very important to know that you need to ignore him the first time he appears, or else you're just giving him a free level for no reason, and just making things more difficult for yourself, which is fine if you want to do that, but I don't think it's a great idea. Alright, so first mode we now know, and we're about to see it. Zata. Okay, so here is what you would do when you found out your first mod. If you have all, then the idea you would do is that you would put all first, Zata second, and a random mode on the third spot. If you don't have all, then you put Zata first and then you randomize the second and third mode. So let's do like pass, let's say. So I will do this now, but you know, if you have all first, then Zata, then whatever, and you will just go. This strat you do because it is quite easy for you to find the modes very quickly, and in case Zata is actually second, if you put all first, then you can do the Lich very quickly. If Zata is not second, like if you get all and then you go to Zata as you stab him and then Zata is a failure, then the next time you find him you will put Zata's first and then just go. And if Zata is not first, then you know Zata is third, 100%. And that gives you a 50-50 chance that you put like all first or second, and then you put the other mod that you find first, second, and that basically makes you already know the combination. Because you know that Zata is third, and if one of these other two fails, you just swap them over and then you have the combination already. So, gonna go Mantle, capture mission. This is the worst one if you want to actually farm murmurs, but probably the best one if you want to get the Lich to spawn. So, definitely doing that. It doesn't matter now at all like what you do. Once you find the mod, you just spam missions until you get the Lich to spawn. The chance for your Lich to spawn is determined on how much murmurs you actually kill, so when I kill that guy, there is a high chance that the Lich will spawn. We'll see if that actually happens, but every time you kill one of the murmurs, there is a higher and higher chance for your Lich to spawn at any time. So yeah, just keep going forward. Keep trying to kill the Liches, the murmurs, until you get the spawn. If you don't get the spawn this mission, it's fine. You can just go to the different mission and then just keep going. If you complete this mission too quickly also, there is a high chance that the game will just make you repeat this mission. It will not take it off because you haven't played it enough. So there is a chance right now, if I go to the map and I see Earth, that this mission is still available and I can just replay it. And no, it's actually ticked off. Okay, so we're going to something else. Let's do the sabotage. As I said, after you clear the mobile defense, survival, and exterminate missions, the rest of the missions, the order doesn't matter. The important one is mobile defense first, then survival, then exterminate. So you get the maximum amount of murmur spawns and you get the fastest progression to getting your mods unlocked. Revealed rather, not unlocked. Again, what I'm showing in this video is pretty much the fastest method you can do to actually farm your Kuva Lich or Sister of Parvos. For Kodas, it's a bit different, and I can do that as well, but they are pretty straightforward, so I don't think I need to. Like, Koda Liches are way more simplified. Well, that guy's so far away. Oh. Look, it's the dude. Hello, dude. Anyways. Know that. I love making Sumari's man for no reason. Alright, as you can see, already, like, we are halfway to our second mod and the Lich hasn't even appeared, so... It is kinda crazy how much progression you can get by doing this method, so... The second time the Lich appears, we might already have our second mod completed. So we don't have to do this whole cycle again. I think the Lich really loves me, to be honest. I would have expected it to appear already, but he's just letting me farm. And honestly, I don't really mind him. I don't think I'm gonna get him on the first try, so I don't really mind what's happening right now at all. Oh, we did one more. Will it spawn? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Get out then. Don't mind if I do. So, we do rescue, maybe? He should appear now. He probably is like, yeah, he's fuming. There is no way he doesn't appear. When he's fuming, he usually appears, to be honest. Like, he can appear before the fuming, it's always chance based, but fuming is like 99% chance he appears, so. He might even appear, like, immediately right now. No, okay. Never mind. Alright.
There's no telling what the captors are doing to our messenger. You need to find the holding cell
To be honest, not much to talk about right now. I'm just waiting for the Lich to kind of appear so we can move on to the next stage. But guy is stalling for content, to be honest. He's just making this video a bit longer at this point. Because he knows he's about to die, I guess. Imagine if the combination is correct on the first try and the video means nothing and I have to do another one. That would be crazy. To be honest, if that happens, I can just move to a Sister of Parvos instead and then show the old combination maybe. And how that would go. Like, that could be a thing. But I don't think I'll get it first try. Getting it first try is very unlikely. Like, I have got it first try, but it's very unlikely. So here he is. Now we can go ahead and stop him. Zara is the first mod. Very good start. Now we just stab him, and Cry, as expected, is not the correct mod, but we don't really care. It doesn't matter if Cry is the correct mod or not. No. Now the important part. When you stab him, you get a really big boost to your Requiem Murmur. Like a really big boost. If you are already like maxed on the Murmurs, you have found all the mods, you can simply abort the mission and the Lich will move to the next planet. However, if you're not, you should actually look into completing your mission in order to benefit from the extra murmur farm. Because if you abort the mission, the progression for Requiem murmur modes doesn't actually continue. Yeah, we're just gonna complete this mission while killing as many murmurs on the way as possible. Then just get out, and as expected, the Lich will have moved to the planet Mars, and we can continue there doing the same strat we have been doing so far. But as you can see, we're already almost at our second mode, which is great. Also, small thing that you will get some Kuva when doing Kuva Liches, and I think you also get some from System of Parvos, but I'm not 100% sure about that. You definitely get some from Kuva Liches though. Not a lot, but they're there. So, now, as you can see, we have moved on to Mars. Back in the day, it would just infect every planet basically after it leveled up, but right now it just moves to a completely different planet, which doesn't really make much sense, to be honest, in a perspective of what the Kuva Lich is actually supposed to be, technically, but way better in terms of gameplay and way more simplified, so definitely prefer this version. On Mars, we actually have two mobile defense, if I remember correctly. One is on Valis and the other one is on Tharsis? Yes, exactly, so we can do two of them. Let's go to Tharsis first, and then we also have one survival on Wahiba, and I'm not sure if you have another survival, but Mars is a planet that you can really farm murmurs if you want to, but we already have so much progression that I think with just one mobile defense we might be already getting our second mode. Maybe we'll need two mobile defense missions, I'm not sure, but we'll find out. So, one thing also, if Zada wasn't the first mode, actually I'll talk about that in a bit, because obviously people will skip to the timestamps. I think that guy was shooting my objective a bit too much. It's very low health compared to what it could have been. In general, Kuva Liches are a bit of a boring thing to do. They might be fun and they might be very profitable, especially because you can get some cosmetics from them, and some of the greatest weapons in the entire game can be gained from this. For example, Kuva Sobek, Kuva Ogris, you know, and Kuva Zar for your uncles. Tenet weapons have the same. They have the Tenet Tetra, the Tenet Envoy, Tenet Cyclone, Kuva Nucor for Kuva weapons. They have generally a lot of amazing choices, and a lot of these weapons, they have a so-called master rank requirement, but it's only really cosmetic, because if let's say I want to get a Kuva Nucor, it's MR 13, right? But you unlock Kuva Liches when you're MR 5, I think, or even earlier now. And you can actually just claim the Kuva Nucor from the foundry after you're done with your Kuva Lich, even though it's MR 13. Like, normally you may be like, oh yeah, I need to get MR 13 to start with these Liches. You actually don't. You can just play these Liches and get these weapons early game, even though they're higher master rank. And I think this is intentional by D, because if it wasn't, they would have fixed it already. It's been, what, 7 years since Kuva Liches have been out, and it has been a thing since then. And I think the mastery rank there is just to indicate their power, kind of. But yeah, it's not something that should be of your concern. If you just want to get the mod or the weapon, you can just get the weapon. So far the progression, as we can see, we are probably gonna get the mod completed by the time this mission is over. Unless the game decides to stop spawning the murmurs, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. What the? He's below the ground. Yo, game, he's below the ground. He's below the ground. Please. We cannot be serious right now. Why is this guy below the ground? My god. You cannot be serious. Somebody unstuck this unit right now. Please. He's gonna like give me my mod, man. You're kidding. Alright, well, guess I'll have to do another mission then. Okay, but it's literally like my mod right there. If I don't scan them, and then the Lich will just spawn on me. You cannot be serious, please. What are we doing? Alright, well, I'll try to wait a bit in case one more spawns, because I feel robbed right now, not gonna lie. Okay. Please give me the progression. Be enough. Be enough, and I won't be. Okay, it's not enough. I need one more. Are you serious? Now I'm even more, man. I wish there was a way to just get stuck inside the geometry now, but it is what it is. I'll wait for one more if I can. If he doesn't appear in like a minute, I'll just abort the mission or leave the mission and let's move on. Because like it's a big thing. If I can finish this and then I can get invaded by the Lich on the next mission, it saves me a lot of time, you know. So this is just unfortunate, honestly. So I'm gonna just do a bit of a circle here just in case we have more enemies, but I think the spawns have stopped because the mission is over. No. Okay, I'm gonna do a change of plans here because I need only one murmur to actually get the second mode. I will, instead of a mobile defense, do a what do you call it? A capture mission. I normally wouldn't have to, but goddamn it. Alright. And then we can continue with other mobile defenses. I just don't want to get invaded by the Lich in my mission while I'm like leveling up things, so I'll definitely do the capture now. Where is it? Ara? Yeah. God damn it, man. I killed him mid-dash and the game miscalculated where the dash was supposed to end, so it put him below the ground. I cannot believe it. Lich, if you invade me right now, you're a bitch. As you can see, second mode found, so I'm just gonna rush the mission as fast as possible so I don't get invaded. And I swear, if this turns to an exterminate mission, I'm gonna I'm gonna lose it. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So, with that tangent aside, we have our second mod. Now, if your first mod, the first mod that you found, was not the first mod in case you haven't got null, then you would want to change the mod, take it second, and have your new mod first, like this. Now, if you did get the first mod correctly, you keep it that way, and you put the second mod you found second, and then you continue. If you have all, if this was the second mod, you put first mod on all, then you would just put whatever mod you found third or first, depending on your luck. Like, depending on what you want. It's just a 50-50 depending on whatever you want. I personally would put the new mod that I found first, just to get that out of the way. And if the Lich, if the stab immediately failed, then that means you have found the combination. It would be all first, then Zada second, then whatever mod you have third. If it was failed for all first, you would just skip this, put the Zada mod first, and then put the new mod on third like this, and that would be it. And honestly, if I go like this right now, there is a good chance that I already have found the combination, because I think this is actually the combination. We'll figure it out when you go, but let's go with this just to be fair and follow the path. So if fast now as the second mode fails, this means fast would be the third mode, and whatever mode we find will be the second mode. Like whatever the third mode we find is gonna be the second mode. So very simple, especially once you learn it, and once you learn how to figure out these combinations, it's gonna be very, very simple. But in general, I don't think that Kuva Liches and doing something like this is very bad. Especially when you have a strat like mine, where you can know basically by level 3 or level 4 at most what your combination is. There is no way you can get it above level 4. You have to really fail it. Like, you basically, to get this Lich over level 4, you would have to forget your combination, or you have to forget to change the combination, you know? But yeah, now we continue the missions as normally. We just did the capture just because I had to get one more mode to figure out the second mode, but I'm gonna continue with mobile defenses, and if I don't get invaded here, then I will move on to survival and just do everything normally. Same thing as before. I don't know if the Lich will actually invade me here. It's probably not gonna invade. Also, in case you guys don't know, every time you find the mod, the next mod is takes even longer to find. Like it takes even more time. So doing the combination of mobile defense into survival and to exterminate is even more important, because if you do it like this, by the third planet you will have completed the sequence and know all 3 mods, which saves you a lot of trouble. But yeah, Kuva Liches, As I said, not that difficult to do. They are methodical for sure, but when you have the method and you know how to do them, they become extremely easy. Kind of fun too, to be honest, because you do something sort of different. I wish it had more interactions with the Lich itself instead of just you playing the normal mission and killing these guys, kind of. But it is what it is. Don't really mind it, to be honest, but some people unironically do these things for fun when they know what to do and when they have a lot of walls stacked up, for example. But all definitely helped you, but it's not necessary for you to get the Lich done. But what I can say is that they will guarantee that your Lich is level 3 and not level 4 instead. Pretty much all the time. Like if you have an all, I don't think you can ever reach the Lich to be level 4. You can, if you follow this method at least, you will always have level 3 at max. As you can see, comparing to before, the murmur percentage goes up way slower now for the third mode. Don't really mind that, and stopping the Lich itself will still give me a lot of progression. So, in case Cry is not the correct mode because I put just a completely random mode as the third mode, then you know, it's fine. It's not gonna take me that long to get the third mode, then I'm gonna be absolutely chilling. Alright. So Lich didn't decide to spawn, that's fine. Just go next mission until the Lich decides to spawn. No big deal. Also, the more that your Lich levels up, the more stuff he will steal, but it's nothing too excessive unless you're doing something like an Archon Hunt. If you do something like an Archon Hunt, he can and probably will steal your Archon sword, so you will have to kill them after.
Witness. My control expands to a new sector.
So, we have the survival mission here. Do we have another survival after?
Resolve.
Disruption.
Die.
No.
We shall speak.
Deception. Okay. Alright, sure. So we have survival and then we have, I think, 2 interception missions, so we're pretty good. No big deal. I feel like on this mission the Lich will spawn, but we'll figure it out together. And in case you're wondering, should I do the extra life support capsules now that they have added to speed up the mission? It doesn't really matter. You can. If you don't, it's still fine. It's always up to you, really. It's just survival mission. Just go ahead, you go in, you kill, you have fun. Core gameplay with Warframe, essentially. But yeah, it's literally just chill. A lot of people still call Kuva Liches like a huge grind, something like a big chore that you have to do to get your desired weapons, but I don't feel like that it's that way anymore. D has done a lot of things to streamline how fast you can actually do these, and maybe with the next update, because we're getting some Railjack updates soon, they will actually help Kuva Lich a bit more. Maybe they completely remove the intrinsics requirement for you to do the Kuva Lich, which I will talk about once we have defeated them from normal missions. Also, I'm expecting some comments to ask like, oh, what weapon should I take for the leeches? It doesn't really matter. Fully automatic weapons are generally good, but take something that you like. I just like the Salta a lot, so I'm picking the Salta. It's also a fairly low mastery rank weapon. Mastery rank 10 is not something too crazy to hit in this game. You can hit it in like 10 days. So definitely not something you should worry about what weapon or what Warframe you should pick. Just take whatever you're comfortable with and do the mission. Alright, Lich is here. We'll kill him, but we will not stop the mission or abort it. So we knew Zada is first, so that's to be expected. Let's see if Fast is second or third. Fast is third, as expected. So this is just from experience and luck. But basically, if we took the all into, or sorry, Zada's into all into Fast, now we will be done with the Lich at level 2. At just level 2, focusing on the very first method, we would easily be done with the Lich right now. Or, you know, on the old method, not the first method. So yeah, and after that you would have to skip to the timestamp that I talk about the Railjack stuff, and you would be able to finish your Kuva Lich very easily. Now that I failed it though, this means that I know Zada is first, Fast is third, and that means whatever mod I'm gonna find out on the next planet is gonna be the second mod, and I'm also done. I already know the combination. Which means that the highest that I reach here is a level 3. Now, if Fast was wrong, here is what happens is Fast was wrong. For like first, like, so let's say that Zada was wrong first, and then you find out that Fast is also wrong as the first mod. That means that whatever mod you would find out now is the correct first mod, so that's good. That also means that you have to take a 50-50 gamble onto Fast and Zada, or your first and second mod that you found, respectively. That you put them second and third, or, you know, third and second, depending on what you're feeling like. And the next time you stab him, you will have the first mod correct for sure. And then if your second mod is correct, then you have done it. If your second mod is wrong, you just flip the mods around. And then rank 4 is the max you can get, which makes it, you know, you just flip the mods around and then you just spawn him again at rank 4. Which, if you have a Requiem ultimatum, you can completely skip the process of actually getting the mod to spawn them. Just spawn them directly, kill them, abort the mission because it updates automatically if you abort the mission, and then go kill them on Railjack. I will also show that, so don't worry about it too much. So, gonna finish the mission, move on to the next planet, which is gonna be Xoris, and it's gonna be the final planet we see. But yeah, You will never see the Kuva Fortress while doing the Kuva Lich following this method unless you have fucked up yourself. You will always see Sedna at most, and if you have Requiem Ultimatum, you probably won't even see Sedna for much. You will just spawn onto a survival mission, spawn the Lich, kill it, abort the survival mission, be done with it. So, now that we're like this, let's change the order since we know. We know that Pass is the third mode, so we're changing it like this. We put Kra second, and now we just have to find out which mode this is. So Kra is not the one mode, it has to be a different one. I'll put random look, and then we'll just continue farming until we find the mode. Once we find what the third mode is, we put it at the second position, and then we kill the Lich, and we are done. So, I think Sinxia, no, Casta? No. Ludi, Nobod, Palace, Kista. Okay. I just checked if I was recording. Imagine if I wasn't recording all this time and I just did all this for nothing. My god. Literal jump scare. Okay. Yeah, continuing on. Mobile defense into survival, just farming Requiem Murmurs. And again, if the Kuva Lich spawns and we haven't found the third mode yet, just don't kill it, ignore it, and then continue on with your mission and your Murmur farming until you find out what the third mode is. And when you do find out what the third mode is, then the next time it spawns, you just stab it and you are done. Very simple. As you can see, it took me around 1 hour to find out the combination, and I don't think it will take me more than 1 hour and 30 minutes to completely finish off the Lich. And this is while also explaining stuff, taking my time, not really speedrunning anything. And usually the Lich will take people 2 to 2.5 hours. I see people with level 5 Liches all the time when I'm doing Railjack, especially in the public squad. And yeah. It is definitely something to keep in mind. I'll also give you an insight on how to make your Railjack tanky so you can actually do the mission and not fail it at all, which is gonna help you a ton. But in general, I don't think this will be there will be a lot of issues on how you actually do these Kuva Liches, and obviously by just keeping to the timestamps and listening to what I have to say on each timestamp is gonna help you a lot. And this gameplay background is for the people that just like me talking and listening to what I have to say about some weapons or anything. Maybe they just like my voice. Weirdos, they just like my voice. I'm kidding, no way. Or maybe they just like saying Wisp, which, you know, I do as well. Man of culture. This waypoint sucks, honestly. What the hell is this waypoint? Why does it tell me to even do that circle? Anyways. Another waypoint that sucks. Lovely. Why is that door closed even? Like, I mean... Okay, I want you to let me know the purpose of this door being closed. It's literally right here. So I can open this, but this is closed. And it just goes here. Make it make sense? This is why D has made Xoris kind of isolated for the early game players, and they don't want them to go to Xoris that much. It's kind of an outdated tile set, and I'm not sure if it's gonna become more modernized ever, but oh my god. Picking door. Like some of the AI bugs completely, as you can see, my objective is taking no damage because all of the AI are just stuck in this door for some reason on this mobile defense mission. This mobile defense mission in general has a lot of AI bugs. They don't know where to go. As you can see, my mobile defense objective is right up here. The enemy AI on the minimap is just going around in circles on this area down here for some reason. And they don't actually know how to navigate to the mobile defense objective and they get stuck around this area. It's pretty weird. I don't know. The mobile defense mission on Xoris is buggy. 100%. But we don't really care about that. All we care is about farming murmurs. I'm just pointing it out in case someone from D actually watches, because I do know at this point that a lot of people from D actually do tend to watch my videos, which I do appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you very much. Glad you find my work entertaining. And hopefully when I do criticize the game, you guys don't actually think it's just hate, because I do love the game. I just want the game to become better. I like giving like valid criticism when criticism is there. Even though I might be over the top sometimes, maybe arrogant. I really like voicing concerns, especially for things that I enjoy. Like. Right. I think that should be 2/3 done on the Kuva Lich. Yes, perfect. If I have to guess, that would be like 2 to 3 more missions, so I'm probably gonna get invaded at some point by my Kuva Lich, which I will have to ignore once again. If that happens, we just ignore him, move on. Keep going. Draco. Oh shit. We have 2 survival missions here. One is Draco and the other one is Gabby, so just like in Mars we have 2 mobile defense. Here we do the 2 survival missions back to back. And again we just chill. I really don't like this tile set. It's probably my least favorite tile set to play on for survival missions, because it's just a small corridor that you just shoot through. Kind of very boring. But some people like it. I just think it's very clumped, very small. And if you want to do something like a slam attack, for example, like here you don't really have space to take height and increase your slam attack radius. For some weapons with like AoE forward, you have like an AoE weapon, you just stand here and shoot forward and just turn your brain off. Like sure, but I don't really like doing that. I enjoy more having something more open where I have to actually aim at my enemies and feel like I'm doing stuff instead of the game just playing on its own. Unless I'm having to make a build specifically to make the game work on its own, like to kind of try to automate the game as much as possible and have as little interaction as possible for me, then I don't really care about it too much. Like I just want to be the one in action most of the time, unless I have worked for a build that allows me to take as little action as possible and do whatever I need to do. Which is why it's one of my builds on Wisp actually does. So 3/4 in there. So yeah, the next survival mission should be enough to cover the Lich and all its mods. Do I have a... yeah, I have the ultimatums already equipped. I showed that probably. If I do get invaded, especially if I don't get invaded by the time I find out the mod, then I don't think I'll need to use them. But I don't think there is any chance that the Lich doesn't just completely invade me, like either on this mission or on the next mission. Yep, as expected. Yeah, just take it down, don't stab it, no reason to. I know I can get Kuva by stabbing it, but I mean 300 Kuva doesn't really do anything. So just kill it 3 times, let it get out, ignore it, and just keep on farming. Similar to the first planet. So, we are almost there. On the next mission we will have the mode, which is very, very good. As you see, the third mode takes a bit, which is to be expected, but this is why you do the order of missions that I gave you. So you have the third mode by the third planet without spending too much time. And that is the biggest time save you can do when you're doing Kuva Liches or Sisters of Parvos. On Tech Road, it doesn't really matter. All you care about is spawning the Lich. You don't have to actually like figure out which modes there are. There is only one mode really that you have to figure out, and then you just spam stab them. Which, alright, a bit more streamlined, a bit more basic as a method to do stuff, but I don't know. As the type of Lich or adversary you unlock last, I don't really like the idea of making it even more simple. Maybe like complicating things a bit more than the Kuva Liches or Sister of Parvos. Like, let's say that after you find one mode, you can stab him like twice with that mode, and then you have to move on to another mode or something. Something like that. Or the game like completely removes some modes from the mod pool. So the game tells you, oh, this Lich has one of these 4 modes that you can stab him with. Or you know, sorry, the techno side has one of these 4 modes you can stab it with, and then once you find that mode, you have an extra attempt to stab it with that mode, so you can get the big percentage, and then it gives you 4 other modes, and then you find those and all that. It would make it more lengthy, which I don't really mind, but it would also make it more fun, in my opinion. But some people just want to get their weapons and be done with, so no, I don't really mind that. I also think the technocide coda requiring 0 intrinsics or 0 anything and you just go and kill it is also kinda weird, but I mean, it is what it is. If people are MR17 and they don't have anything Railjack related, something is most likely wrong. And there will be the people that say, I don't care about Railjack. I never cared about Railjack. Well, Railjack is a part of the game, and Railjack, especially if you go into a squad that knows what it's doing, and if you know what it's doing, what you're doing, sorry, is actually really, really fun. It's probably one of the more fun game modes this game has to offer. But it's not Warframe, it's not the core Warframe gameplay. Well, Duvir is not the core Warframe gameplay either, but some people really like doing endless runs on Duvir. They just like take every Duvir decree there is and just murder everyone on the Duviri for like an hour. So it is what it is. Some people just like that type of gameplay. In my opinion, Railjack is something that a lot of people would like more if they understood it more, if they had something more powerful so they didn't feel helpless when they played Railjack. But hey, it is what it is. Let's figure out the last mode here. This should be the mission that I get it. I'm very close to it, so I think 5 more stabs and I should have it. Let's play with Folks a bit, honestly. I like the Salta, but I also like this a lot. It's very powerful, so... Maybe it's like too powerful for these enemies, I can probably kill them in like one hit. So... Yeah, good luck. Funny weapon, honestly. Really love this weapon. Oh, he appeared again. Yo, get out of here, man. You know what? Wait, I need to stack. Okay. Oh, actually, she's dead. Doesn't matter. No! That's the wrong guy, bruh! That's the wrong dude. Okay, we're not going close to him now. Bro literally walked over with the indicator. I'm gonna stab him by accident, I already knew it. Get out of here. Alright, is that it? Yes, yes, we're done, we're done. We have all of the modes ready. So, I can now talk about the final combinations, and then we are good to go. We can kill our Lich. I'm gonna just spawn the Requiem Ultimatum down on the ground, and we'll just go. Now, doing more Murmurs doesn't really matter, but if you do them, you can get more Requiem Relics, so I usually tend to do them just in case I get them. It's pretty good to get those Requiem Relics. You can still sell the mods, or you can have more copies of them in case you want to do more Kuva Liches, which is always good. The mods are tradable, so as I said, you can just sell them. Alright. Let's see our final mod, talk about the combinations, and kill our Lich. And then we can move on to the Railjack stuff. So, final mod, for me it will be Vom. I think I would have it wrong if I took the chance to actually do it, so yep, I would have luck. So, I already know my combination because I found out that Fast was not second and Zada was first, so Fast has to be third. So Vom is automatically second. So, I already know my combination. Now, as I talked about before, if Zada was not first and then Fast was not first, then you would have to take Zada to second or third and second and put this mode on first, like the third mode you find first. So, the combination is either this or this. For me, the combination is this one now. If you had all, then we would already find the combination with all and we would have been done with this Lich level 2. But if you had all and for some reason then Zada was not first, and then you would go with Fast first, because that's most likely what it is, right? Wait, let me think about that. If you go that and then you put this second, then you put Zada's first. Okay, no. With all, if Zada would not be first, that means Zada would be third, which means that you can put all first and then whatever mode you find second, you can put it second. And then if that's not the combination, you just swap them over and that's the combination. And if you actually find the third mode before you waste your ult, you can just put the third mode in and then you should be fine. And that would be your combination. So regardless of what you actually go for, then you cannot go to your Lich like above level 4. It is impossible completely. So, let's go kill it real quick. To kill it, especially when you know the combination and you know you have it, it's very simple. You go to any mission you want. It doesn't matter whatsoever what mission you choose. You can choose absolutely anything. I'm gonna go for an interception because it's something that enemies won't really bother me and I can just kill the Lich. And if you go to Iron Wake, you can purchase an item called the Requiem Ultimatum. And the Requiem Ultimatum, you put it on your gear wall, and what it does is you press it down, and your Lich immediately spawns. So, you can kill it, Zada, then Vom, then Pass, for me, and whatever combination of the default. And we are done. We got a null, so ideally I would like to finish this mission, but I'm kind of bored of doing it. As you can see, we got 2000 Kuva and a null. If you get a null, then you can finish this mission, but if you don't get a null, you can simply abort the mission and you will be done with your Kuva Lich completely. I have already 2 all modes, so I don't care about getting a third one right now, and I'm just gonna keep going. So, we'll see that right now our planets are all completed and we have this icon top right on our Railjack. So, let me unbug the game real quick. Okay, cool. So what happens now? Well, if we try to go to the Railjack and we try to enter this mission, most of you will have something when you click this that says you have to have Intrinsics 5 to enter this mission. And this means that if we go left of navigation to this and configure Plexus, we have this tab right here called Intrinsics. I have all my Intrinsics maxed as I like Railjack a lot, but most of you will have all of these at 0. So what happens here? If you complete the Rising Tide quest, and then you also complete Call of the Tempestari quest, you will have some Intrinsics available right here. And you want to choose one specific thing over here to actually level up to level 5. So the moment you reach rank 5 on any of these you want, then you can enter your Railjack. But there is also the chance that your Railjack will be pee-pee poo-poo and actually die instantly. But don't worry, we will also fix that. So let's say you put rank 5 on piloting. It doesn't matter what you put rank 5 on, but what I do suggest is either engineering or gunnery. Engineering, gunnery, and piloting is the 3 best, but these 2 are very, very useful since you're probably gonna go on a public squad here. So if we go here, we'll change this to a public squad, and when we enter here, we will most likely enter someone else's Railjack. But in case that doesn't happen, and in case you're completely fucked and you don't know what to do, right? Once you complete Call of the Tempestari on Veil Proxima, the mission H2 Cloud, or R9 Cloud, but I think it's H2 Cloud, will be available for you. And if the H2 Cloud mission has this aura, this void aura around it, this means this mission is a Void Storm. And if you do Void Storm skirmishes on public squads, there is a high chance that you can actually get some squad to open this relic with you. So I'm gonna do one mission here, that's all I need, and see if we actually get it. So as you can see, finding squad, immediately I get into a public squad by doing this. Void Storms are generally missions that are very, very good to farm resources and everything. And it's actually really, really good to play them, and a lot of people tend to do them. So if you go on a public squad here, you will find someone with a pretty maxed out Railjack, and you can actually help them out. So I have a Memoramind Uriel here. His Railjack is pretty maxed, so I'm gonna put some flowers here to help him, and some flowers at the driver's seat, just in case. And I'm gonna gun for him. So gunning for your Railjack, you can still swap weapons normally on this and use this. And the idea is that you just help him out as much as you can by killing fighters and shit. You can also, because Railjack energy is the same as your energy, you can put an energy pad here or two, help him out, and you guys can now spam abilities a bit and clear out those guys. For example, my third ability is some homing missiles, so they can really fuck up these units. And what the gunner does is he has this big cannon, right? And this big cannon will be useful for taking down cruise ships. We need to kill 8 cruise ships when we do this mission. And ideally, if we had even more people, we would have a person actually going to do the objectives. Right now we don't have that, but it's not really needed. I will go do that once we take care of some cruise ships. There is one right there. Cruise ships have this this different icon than the other ones, and as long as my driver looks at them, then we can start focusing it. Alright. If you want to take care of the fighters first, that's fine too. Is he lagging also? I can't really shoot this guy. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. My whole game crashed. Alright, after the unfortunate events of Greek internet, I am back, but I have in fact decided that I am a persistent bastard, so I'm gonna do the mission again. And I really want to showcase how this would look like, so I will try to actually get a public squad and showcase how this would actually look like. And if I don't get a squad in like 3 tries, I will swap servers and then try another server, see what's more popular right now. It's 2 PM in Europe and I might be on North America, so it would make sense to not find squads there, so I'll swap to EU and see if squads actually change and I can find some. Yep. So in fact, in a 4-man squad. Okay, perfect. Much better than last time. Hopefully my internet connection will not shit the bed again and we can actually finish this so we can see what the rewards that we get are. Alright. Here we are. So there are 2 people in the actual mission, and there's 2 other people that are, you know, me and this guy are gonna destroy cruise ships and all that. You can destroy the shields of this cruise ship with an ability, basically, or by shooting the very top of the cruise ship. This guy has pretty good guns, but not the tankiest Railjack. But his guns are really good, so I don't think it's much of an issue. Alright, perfect. Let me come on. Let's start taking care of this cruisers, man. Why can't I zoom by the way? Get me close, please. There we go. Anyways. Do we have more ammo? No, we don't. Okay. When we don't have more ammo, we can get out here, and if we have rank 5 engineering, then we can actually simply create ammo by going here on the porch, activate it, and then create dome charge if we have the resources, that is. Oh, they will do the derelict as well. Not bad. Ideally, as the pilot, you would want to focus a bit more on actually doing the cruise ships instead of these missions. I will go ahead and do the missions instead. If you're someone who doesn't know how to play the Railjack, how to do a gunner or anything, you can just simply go here and do these instead, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so in case your Railjack cannot kill the first radiator, you can kill it yourself by getting out and getting back in the mission. But they did it, so we're fine. But you can freely walk out of the mission following the extraction point. And if you get out, you can go into your Archwing, destroy the radiator on your own, and then keep going. We'll see if he does it for me right now. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I'll take my chances and go outside and do it myself real quick. Oh, never mind, he did it. Alright. So keep going. Get in here. And sabotage, we're good. Now, what we can do is obviously we can Omni to return to the Railjack if we ever want, but ideally we want 10 reactants on us, obviously, and that can happen by doing two things. Either, oh, someone is on the gunner. Either we invade cruise ships ourselves and force people to become corrupted, or we wait for an invasion. Both work. Let's create dome charge for this guy so he can take care of the rest of the cruise ships. And I'll go ahead and invade a cruise ship myself so I can get the rest of my reactant. But you know, the moment the cruise ship is done, we will be done. So I'm gonna focus this one. Need to destroy this on the top so I can go in. And on the bottom, now I can enter. And when I enter, we'll see that these guys are corrupted, so I can now get reactant very easily. Reactants are also shared between squad members, which is good to know. So if you're someone, all the loot is shared between squad members, so you don't actually have to like go grab anything on Railjack. You can just play it. And we just destroy this cruise ship. We can return with Omni. And that's it. Now we're just waiting for my guy and my gunner to do the thing. 6 out of 8, 2 more. And yeah, now we just chill. So fighters are the easier ones, we don't really care about them. Cruise ships are the one that take the most, so that's why you see, like right now would be done if my pilot would focus the cruise ships first. And you want 2 people to be just focusing on the normal mission, and then 1 to be on the gunner and 1 to be on the pilot. Once you're done with the mission, you don't actually have to continue with these guys. You can freely abort. 1 mission is enough to give you most of the stuff that you need. But obviously, you know, you can continue with these guys and just keep gaining relics, keep getting resources, and just do whatever you want. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Got an ember part from my relic, and we're about to get a whole lot of rewards right now. Credits, endo, parts for the Railjack. I'm gonna show what these look like, so don't even worry about it. And we'll see if the host wants to continue or if he wants to go to the dry dock. So there's the endo. Some corrupted holo keys, although we should expect 10 if we got something really good. The 2 are just extra because of the void storm. We get a relic, more endo, more endo. The mission also gave me 145,000 credits, and that's it. Alright, let's see. Will he decide that he wants to do the dry dock, or will he decide that he wants to continue? Okay, we're going to the dry dock. Some squads continue. If you find a squad that does continue, then it's good to actually do it. It's quite fun. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't like forcing stuff, but the other guy's 100% AFK, so. And just like that, in 10 minutes, we got 145k credits, some endo, 2200 endo. For early game, this is quite a bit. Not the craziest, but it's still quite a bit. And that's not even the max amount of endo we actually got. I'll show more stuff here. Alright. Once you reach this point, you leave the guy's dojo. And now for the important part. Why would we go ahead and do this mission aside from getting endo and credit? Because first of all, this mission will give you a ton of intrinsics, so you can get to rank 5 intrinsics very easily. And more importantly, actually, can I do this? No, I have to be on the dojo. Okay, okay. Let's go to the dojo. So here on your clan dojo or on any of the relays, you can go to your dry dock. And if we go ahead and do that, we'll find out that we have some scrap wreckage. So we have engines, we have some weapons, we have some shields, and yeah, the shields is definitely gonna have, like, if we do this and we can inspect it, we see that we get extra shield capacity, shield regeneration delay, and we can choose to repair this. In order to repair this, we just put some of these resources and contribute all, and then start repairing, and we can do the same thing for each one. So if we have engines, boom, inspect, we get engine speed, boost multiplier. Is that better than mine? Oh wow, that's actually better than mine. Yoink. Don't have these. If you want to get these and you don't have them, these are from Corpus Railjack missions, but most of the stuff that you find you will be able to build immediately, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. Then the plating, you know, you might find it, you might not, but shields help more than the plating for sure, especially on that mission. and this one is more for abilities than anything else. So anything that you don't really care about, you know, the weapons, if you want to get the weapons, they're right over here. I already have my own weapons, but same thing goes for these things. But anything that you don't really care, you can just select it and they all give you endo, and you just scrap them for endo. That's it. So, very simple. Once you are done building those stuff for your Railjack is now ready to tackle the Kuva Lich very, very easily with pretty much 10 minutes of gameplay. And you can even turn this to solo now and just go to Southern Proxima. Obviously, if you want to do public and you want to host, you can do this. You can go to the options, pick out a server that is not the closest to you. For example, I'm on Europe, I can choose North America, and then I can go down to 100 ping. There will be no person in North America that is gonna host and will have less ping than me, so that will mean that I am guaranteed to be the host and use my own Railjack. And if someone wants to get carried, they can simply enter my Railjack and I can carry them through it. But even if I go solo, I don't really care. I am now able to do this solo very easily.
Your strategy is unsound. Byproduct of these emotional motivations and reactive thinking. It shall be your
So, just like the skirmish, we have some cruise ships and some regular dudes that we have to fight. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna abuse those energy pods. If you want to be a good pilot or you want warframes that are good for piloting, Garuda is easily the best one by far. There's nothing better than Garuda for piloting because you have pretty much infinite energy. And her passive works to increase the damage of your Railjack. So, hopefully I will have a gunner that can help me kill this thing. So I will keep it steady here and see if this children can help me out and kill this. Does she know? Yes, she's below, so he's gonna shoot it, kill it. All you, baby girl. There we go. And now we move to the next one. While she's shooting, I'm gonna go try and make some ammo for her. I don't know if I can. Let's see. And maybe she even takes the power. I can't make ammo yet. Okay, we need to farm a bit. So, going back. Be patient here. The moment we see that we get the titanium resource, we can go ahead and make the ammunition too. Except she has the mod on her Railjack that allows her to save some ammunition, but fighters are usually not too big of an issue on this. They're very easy to get, and we need like 5 more, so. So, cruise ships below me. For this. Does she have ammo? Did she go create ammo? He's legendary 5, so I'm playing with a good player here. He might have created the ammo on his own. Yep. Keep it steady. There we go. And now just fly to whatever we need. So, where is the ship? Where is the dude's ship? When you get enough piloting, you can also do a dash on your Railjack, just like you can do on your Arkwings, and it has the same kind of mechanics. And yeah. Let's go in there. Here it's simple, you just kind of shoot him. Just aim on the head and he should die very easily. regardless of the weapon you're using. It's not too hard. And this is mine. So, now for the important part. If you want this guy to help you board your Railjack, or if you ever die, you can get some help by him assisting your mission, you convert them. You can also convert them if you want to trade them. If you want to vanquish them, you just hold D. And vanquishing them will give you their weapon. And also their ephemera. Or any other thing that you might have. If you convert them, you can also get their ephemera. So if you just want to leech, let's say we have a 60% leech for a Kuva Liches that has an ephemera or something like that. Those are expensive leeches that you would like to convert, so you can trade them for some platinum. And you can still take the ephemera if you don't have it. You're not limited to it. So the Children's Lich is gonna do the same thing. We're gonna wait for her. And depending on how many people you have, that's the amount of leeches you will have to fight. So if I had a 4-man squad, I would have to fight 4 leeches here and get my weapon. And there we go. Now, we just walk to the extraction. And after we get there, we just press the Omni button and we are done. Back to Dry Dock, and we are good. We're done. And it's as simple as that. If you never have done any Railjack whatsoever, you don't know what intrinsics are, you don't know anything, it takes you literally at max 30 minutes to go through this process and get your weapon, as long as you find a public squad on that one mission on this Warframe skirmish. That's it. That's all you need to do. Very simple, very easy to do. Very good to actually go ahead and farm some of your Railjack intrinsics this way. And if you're a new player, you can also abuse that mission to start getting a lot of good stuff like your endo or credits if you want to max out mods very early game. And once you're done here, you can just simply say bye-bye to this person, leave your dojo. And once you leave your dojo and you go back to your ship, look at that fashion, that's a pretty Hildryn fashion. We will see that we have a mailbox, and we will see that we have the whatever randomly generated Lich name that I have is whatever this is, and the weapon that you have. And you might go to your arsenal and be like, where the hell is my weapon? It's like nowhere near. Well, you go to your foundry, in progress, and you will see that it's right here. And as long as you have weapon slots, you can pick it up. I don't have weapon slots, but I assure you, regardless of mastery rank, regardless of anything, you can just hit claim here and pick it up and you're good to go. So, that's it, everything Kuva Liches related. I will also show you how to spawn a sister of Parvos in case you guys want to go to that. You pick the Xoris, and you can do this with any Xoris whatsoever. You don't really need a build, so let me just go in here and unequip everything. The only things you really need are Volatile Quick Return, ideally. This is a mod that increases the blast radius of the Xoris, and Pressure Point. And if you have Killing Blow is also really good to have. So these 3 mods, Killing Blow, prioritize this over Pressure Point because it has the heavy attack wind-up speed. And obviously if you have Amalgam Organ Shatter, then you should also use Amalgam Organ Shatter for the same exact reason. Once you have that everything, and you're ready, you go ahead, you go to Hydra on Pluto, on solo again. I don't like doing public squads for Kuva Liches or Sisters of Parvos. I wouldn't advise it. I would advise going solo because it gets kind of weird with public squads. Is whoever gets the killing blow on the Lich, and if you have someone just one-tapping the tile set but they don't really want to spawn the Lich, then you're just kind of losing your time. So yeah. And you're on this tile set, and what you have to do now is you have to search until you find the Hand of Parvos. Once you do, if you have enemies, it will tell you to eliminate nearby enemies like this, and once you have cleared some nearby enemies and you're good, you can now select it, and you want to put the Zenith Granum crown. If you do any of the other 2 crowns, you will not get a sister, but if you want to farm something like Bastalta or Protea or Dystropha, you should definitely do them. Once you're here, equip the Xoris only by holding your weapon switch button and just keep throwing it. and explode it using your heavy attack button. Meet there. So yeah, just throw and explode, throw and explode, throw and explode, and just keep doing that over and over and over while moving. That's it. As you can see, we're 25 kills already. 25 kills is the minimum amount you need for the Kuva Liches to spawn, or the Sister of Parvos to spawn. So the moment you reach 25, you can actually just stop and let the mission end. But the more you do, the more rewards you get by the end of it, so you should do them. And if you have these 3 stacks and you need more time, you can always walk up to these guys that are marked on your mission, and if you explode it on them, you gain more time and you get some Xoris United standing, because they are the Parvos random captives, the that come from Fortuna. There's some stuff that you learn in the Protea quest generally. So not too much spoilers on that, but you will figure out some stuff about it. Quest is called Deadlock Protocol, I feel like, if I remember correctly. But yeah, as you can see, it's not really hard to actually do this. You just throw the Xoris around and just kill these things, and then explode it. And when you have it maxed, on the 3 dots are on the right of your crosshair are maxed, then you can actually explode it on the guys that are marked by your mission. And that's it. You just show. And there we go. We got all the kills. Once you get all the kills, the mission will immediately stop and take you out. And now you don't have to do anything. You just go through about your mission, and the Lich will, or the Sister of Parvos will spawn. Now, one thing I need to mention is, if you find the hand close to the extraction, there is a high chance that the Sister of Parvos will not spawn unless you're really far away from the extraction, or unless you like move really far away from the extraction. But in any other situation, and if you obviously don't have another Lich or Sister of Parvos active, you will see this mark right here, and you will have a Sister spawn. And you get your weapon, and you start your journey to the Sister of Parvos weapons. And obviously the methods to do Sister of Parvos after your Kuva Liches is the exact same one-to-one method. Nothing changes. Everything is exactly the same. Exactly the same. 100% the same. So yeah, that's about it. Really unlucky that I got the internet connection issue with the first Railjack mission that I did. But I still think that should be fine, and it does explain the process that you do. Even if you're someone who is completely new at the game, someone who has never done Railjack in the life, and someone who has Intrinsics rank 0 and you need Intrinsics rank 5 to get your Railjack, you have some way to actually get it now, and you know a strat to finish your Kuva Lich mission, and even a strat to farm some Enduring credits as a new player. Yeah. Enjoy your new weapons. Hopefully you had fun and you learned something from this video. If you do, please leave a like and sub, and let me know if you want to say something else, or if you have problem with some other thing that Warframe might have that you are finding troubles with, and I might just make a video about it. Thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I will see you on the next one.